The message of the Holy Gospel with Joseph and Eliza.
17th Sunday in Ordinary Time. A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John chapter 6 verses 1 to 15. Jesus went across the Sea of Galilee. A large crowd followed him because they saw the signs he was performing on the sick. Jesus went out on the mountain, and there he sat down with his disciples. The Jewish feast of Passover was near. When Jesus raised his eyes and saw that a large crowd was coming to him, he said to Philip, "Where can we buy enough food for them to eat?" He said this to test him, because he himself knew what he was going to do. Philip answered him, 200 days' wages worth of food would not be enough for each of them to have a little. One of his disciples, Andrew, brother of Simon Peter, said to him, "There is a boy who has 5 barley loaves and 2 fish. But what good are these for so many?" Jesus said, "Have the people recline." Now there was a great deal of grass in that place, so the men reclined, about 5,000 in number. Then Jesus took the loaves, gave thanks, and distributed them to those who were reclining, and also as much of the fish as they wanted. When they had their fill, he said to his disciples, "Gather the fragments left over, so that nothing will be wasted." So they collected them and filled 12 wicker baskets with fragments from the 5 barley loaves that had been more than they could eat. When the people saw the sign he had done, they said, "This is truly the prophet, the one who is to come into the world." Since Jesus knew that they were going to come and carry him off to make him king, he withdrew again to the mountain alone. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, O Lord Jesus Christ. The hand of the Lord feeds us. He answers all our needs. This is a verse from the responsorial psalm today, which is taken from the book of Psalms, chapter 145, verse 16. It declares a message of God's providence and power, His ability and willingness to give, help, and share. This is also reflected in our gospel today, the feeding of the 5,000. We witness God's providence in the miracle of multiplying the loaves of bread and fish into an infinite amount for the 5,000 to eat. This is an exact example of a miracle. Something impossible and fascinating to happen. This story is very familiar to all of us. It usually is an example to kids who learn about our religion. Since it is a miracle, we might find it hard to believe in. How can someone produce abundant food from 5 loaves and 2 fish? It is literally impossible. But we should all know that a miracle begins with something special. It begins with the act of caring. When we care, we can do unbelievable things. The boy in the gospel only had a small quantity of food. Certainly, it is not enough to feed the hungry mouths of many. However, despite this, he shared his food. This signifies that miracles are possible because it begins with you, with me, and with all of us. God's providing love is alive and real, because we are actively taking part in it. We are instruments into the realization of miracles. Every act of kindness we make plays a huge role in performing miracles. Therefore, let us continue to be kind. In every choice that we make, let us choose kindness. Just recently, in the Philippines, we have experienced a devastating calamity. A super typhoon, Typhoon Karina, has ravaged several areas in the island of Luzon. Many people suffered the loss of life, home, and livelihood. Similar to the starving state of the crowd in the Gospel, the victims of the typhoon are in a condition where they need help. As their fellow neighbor, let us do everything within our reach to show the reality of God's providing love. As instruments of spreading the good news, let us extend our prayers to them and offer donations. Like the boy who shared his food, despite the little amount that he has, let us harness within us a generous heart, for we are all part of Jesus' miracles.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
God bless. Bye.